Hello everyone, welcome to our video. We are Group A and now I will introduce my member. This is Trần Lê Duy, Võ Tiến Dũng and me, Trương Tấn Lộc. Our topic today is about the education between America and Vietnam. Before we dive into the difference between the Vietnamese and American education, we need to understand the difference between the American and Vietnamese education level. Each education will have a different training program, so the rank will also change. The US focus on the training and forming habits for the children first, so the lower level students will learn more than the Vietnam, especially like in Vietnam, students only need to study for 5 years at primary school, but in the US, the students are required to study for 8 years of the primary school. In high school, American students have to study for up to 4 years, but for Vietnamese students, it only takes 3 years. The US is a country that always follows the freedom demonstration. It also the pioneer in education and training towards the freedom to develop oneself. Respecting the freedom of the other right from the education level. Practice discipline, develop creative free thinking. This makes it easy for each individual to adapt to different life and culture without being constrained by framework.
Educational system. Education in the United States is provided in public and private schools by individuals through homeschooling. State government set overall educational standards, often mandate standardized tests for K-12 public school system and supervise, usually through a board of regents, state colleges, and universities. Private schools are free to determine their own curriculum and staffing policies, with voluntary accreditation available through independent regional accreditation authorities. Although some state regulation can apply, by state law, education is compulsory over an age range starting between 5 and 8 and ending somewhere between ages 16 and 18, depending on the state. This requirement can be satisfied in public or state-certified private schools or an approved home school program. Compulsion education is divided into 3 levels: elementary school, middle or junior high school, and high school.
Vietnam education system. As for the Vietnamese education system, it is often directed toward the fact that each individual must achieve high score at each level, so Vietnamese students have to study hard. In addition, parents and schools provide framework for which students are required to follow this existing arrangement. Thereby, we see that American education system seems to be more open than the framework of Vietnamese education. Education in Vietnam is a state-run situation of public and private education run by the Ministry of Education and Training. It is divided into 5 levels: preschool, primary school, secondary school, high school, and higher education. Formal education consists of 12 years of basic education. The main education goal in Vietnam is improving people's general knowledge, training quality human resources, and nurturing and fostering talents. Historically, education in Vietnam followed the Chinese Confucian model, using chữ Hán for the Vietnamese language and for Chinese as the main model of literature and governance. This system promoted those who were talented enough to be mandarins or royal courtiers in Vietnam and China. Type of educational establishment regarding ownership as prescribed in Article 44 of Vietnamese education law. There are 4 types of educational establishment. The semi-public, people-founded, and private educational establishments are referred collectively to as non-public educational establishment. 3. Primary education preschool. Public kindergarten usually admit children ranging from 18 months to 5 years of age. Sometimes 4 or 5 year old children are taught the alphabet and arithmetic. This level of education is not compulsory but tends to be popular. Primary education. The reward primary education curriculum in Vietnam is divided into phases as follows. Secondary education. Secondary education in Vietnamese is called trung học, consists of lower secondary education or junior high school. Vietnamese call it trung học cơ sở, followed by high school or upper secondary high school. In Vietnamese it's called trung học phổ thông. Lower secondary education. Lower secondary education school in Vietnamese also known as trung học cơ sở or junior high school included in 6, 7, 8 and 9 grade. Until its abolishment in 2006, students have to pass intermediate graduation examination, also known as IGE, presented by the local Department of Education and Training to graduate. The IGE complex math, literature, and foreign language tests. This educational level is harmonized throughout the most of the country, except in very remote provinces, which expect to popularize and standardize middle education within the next few years. Intermediate education is not compulsory in Vietnam. The lower secondary school education weekly culture included the following subjects and activities. In the end of year 8, students will participate in secondary vocational exam to earn extra marks for the 10th grade examination. High school education. High school or upper secondary school education in Vietnamese is called trung học phổ thông, consists of grade 10 to 12. There is often an entrance examination for high schooling. The score determines the school at which students are able to enroll. The higher the score, the more prestigious the school. Middle and secondary curriculum. All subjects are compulsory for students. Literature, mathematics, natural science, year 6 to 9 from 2021. History and Geography, year 9 to 6 from 2021.
In conclusion, the curriculum of the US and Vietnam is not much different. Mainly, the American way of teaching focuses on giving students more practical experience than theoretical learning to improve soft skills, develop critical thinking, and become a habit of self-control in learning.
And that's all about this topic. Thank you for watching our video.